Every day I speak with business owners who are trying to adopt AI, or some of them who have adopted AI, and see how they can use AI in their businesses. Now, I've seen them making 3 mistakes that is quietly hurting their business, and today I'm going to highlight those 3 mistakes and see how you can avoid them. Now, the first mistake that most of the business owners I've spoken with always make is buying every AI tool that they see. Yeah, it is important that because of the trend, because of how we see AI, and somebody's mentioned AI, it is very obvious that majority of them will likely buy one of these AI tool or the other, or subscribe to them. But AI tool is not going to do all the work for you without having a strategy. So buying tool without a strategy is one of the common mistakes that I see business owners making in the adoption of AI. Now, if you don't have a strategy, if you don't understand where your business is going, if you don't understand what you are trying to achieve, how do you know the AI tool to use? So the question you need to ask yourself first before you buy your next AI tool is, what am I trying to achieve? What is the purpose of that AI tool? And what is the goal of my business? What is the revenue target I'm trying to achieve? What is the conversion? What is that area of my business that I want to improve that needs AI? Now, if you put all these questions together, then you can know the kind of AI tool that you want to use instead of just buying all the AI tools. Yes, it is important that you want to see because one of your friends is talking about AI tool and how that tool has helped them shape their business or save them hours. Yes, it is important that you buy it, but buying it without a strategy is one of the common mistakes that I see business owners making. Now, the second mistake that I see them make is trusting AI 100%. Yes, AI is a tool, but it does not remove the human judgment from what you're doing. Now, one thing that I've seen in AI is when you're using AI, it sounds too confident that you believe it. It becomes more believable because AI sounds too confident even when it is wrong, and it's called AI hallucination. Now, most business owners, because they have seen that tool is helping them, especially when they are in the digital space, maybe they are using the tool to generate content, maybe they are using it to write email or to do some petty tasks in their business, and they just feel like, oh, this thing is incredible. Let it just do all the work for me. Now, AI can sound very confident when it is wrong, and that is why it is important that as a business owner, you don't leave everything to AI. Yes, AI can help you draft an email. AI can help you create content in minutes. AI can help you do so many things. But the question is, with everything that AI has done for you, is it a reflection of your own tone? The answer probably may be no. Is it a reflection of your own judgment? The answer might probably be no. So what you want to do is AI to help you create a draft, and you include your own human touch and your own personality into the content. And that is why when AI drafts an email for you, it is also imperative for you as a business owner to read through that email and infuse your own tone and your own human touch into it, so that it will not just feel like a robot talking to human. It is going to be like human talking to human, because you have read it, edit it, proofread it, and send it to the person that you want to send it to, or use it as content as it may be. And that is one of the mistakes that I've seen people, especially business owners, because they have seen it as, this thing is saving me time, and eventually they trust AI without their own judgment. So don't trust AI 100%, because sometimes even if AI is wrong, it will still sound confident. And the third mistake that I see business owners almost every time is trying to automate all their process at once. Well, it is good because we all see that today that you can automate some of the processes in our businesses because of the AI tool. And then we now see that, okay, AI can check your email for you, AI can outline some of the important email for you, AI can even send email, reply email without you being there. And they just want to look at it from that angle and automate every area of their business that they have been working on. But before you try to automate, you need to ask yourself, how is my process like? How is my email like? How is everything I do in my business like? Because when you have a complicated process, AI will help you to amplify that complicated process, and eventually you mess everything up. So the most important thing is, don't automate everything at once. Start with one process. But before you automate, get clear about your process. What is that process that you have? If you have a complex process, simplify that process. If you have complex ways of replying email, simplify it, because AI loves simplicity. And then that is why you eventually get the result that you want. So the one thing you want to do is, it's not just to automate all your processes, but to pick one process and simplify that process before you hand it over to AI, so that when AI mastered that, then you can go to the next process, and then you can go to the next process before you now automate almost all the processes in your business. Every day I see business owners making these 3 mistakes, and I want you to avoid them, because that is one thing that will keep wasting your money, your time and energy if you are also making that mistake. So in order for you to avoid those 3 mistakes, I have created a framework that I use with my business owners, and I call it SAFE framework, SAF framework. Now the first X is strategy before software. Now you must have your strategy before you buy the next AI tool. That's the first X. Always think about it. What's the strategy before you buy your software? What is the outcome that you want to achieve? How will I measure success if I am trying to use AI tool? Because you must know how to measure success. So think about it from that angle. Strategy before success. Now the A means always add human value. Yeah, there is something about human that's quite different from AI. It is critical thinking. Sometimes when AI gives you a draft and gives you content, you want to look at it from the angle of how critical is this information related to my particular business. 2 individuals can get different output from AI, but it takes someone who wants to add the value into that content that shape the life of the person that they are trying to help, because business is all about solving problems, and AI will help you solve that problem to an extent, but adding meaning to that solution is the human part, and that is why you must always think in terms of adding human value. Now the F means focus on one workflow at a time. Like I said earlier, in your own process, always look at one process. You want to focus on one workflow at a time. There are too many workflows in every business, and then because we now have this trend like, oh, I can automate all my workflow, and then you hands off all those work to AI, it doesn't really work that way. Focus on one workflow at a time and see how AI has helped you in reshaping that particular process. How many hours has it saved you? What is the implication? What is the result? You need to see all that, and before you move on to the next workflow. So before you do your next workflow, think about your business. Think about the area of your business that you want to improve, and see the area that is very important for you, and create a system like step-by-step guide before you now give the step-by-step guide as a workflow to AI. And the E simply means that you evaluate. Always learn to evaluate. Evaluate everything that AI gives you before you focus 100% on it. You evaluate and improve. Ever notice that when you prompt an AI and first time you get a result, if you prompt it again, you get different results. If you prompt it the third time, you get different results. Then that is the way AI is designed. It is different from when you say 1 + 1 is equal to 2. At every point in time, when you press 1 + 1 in calculator, you always get 2. But the difference, the AI is not like that. If you prompt something in AI now, the output you are going to get, if you prompt the same thing the next time, even if you do it 10 times, you are likely to get different results at every point in time. But that is the way AI is. So it needs you to keep evaluating and keep improving, unlike when you are dealing with numbers in calculator. Use this framework and you will totally avoid the 3 mistakes every major business owners make using AI. Thank you very much for being part of this, and I'll see you in the next episode.